Hello, my YouTube fam. How are we doing today? Hope you guys are doing really well. Welcome to today's Honey Flow. This will be a feel-good, stretchy, juicy, embodied practice. As we connect our breath to movement, we'll be opening ourselves up physically and energetically. So hope you guys enjoy this one. If you're interested in finding this kind of practice, but just a longer version of this kind of practice and longer flows, you're welcome to check out my online membership, Tana Studio. There are 3 new classes weekly in there, and there is a 7-day free trial. So that's there for you if you're interested. And then when you're ready to get started, let's make our way into a tabletop position. You can come onto all fours and just go ahead and stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, spread into your fingers and spread into your toes. And then we'll take a few moments here to begin to find a nice little wiggle. So begin to spiral out the spine. You can move nice and slowly. Close your eyes, forget about what you look like, and just focus on the feeling. So if there are any tight or sticky areas in the body that need a little bit of an opening, a bit of attention, a bit of love, let's move into those spaces. Try to get your whole body involved. So bend your elbows, circle out the hips, relax your neck, your face, your jaw. And if you were moving in one direction, you can change directions of the circles. And then with your next out breath, send your hips back towards your heels. Keep your toes tucked as you reach your arms out in front of you. Now take a full breath into the back line of your body. Feel the belly expand. And then open the mouth to sigh, release. With that out breath, lift your gaze, glide yourself forwards, roll your hips down and forwards, keep your knees on the ground as you wiggle your chest through in between the gates of your shoulders. Knees stay on the floor as you roll your hips back towards your heels in an active child's pose shape. Tuck your chin into your chest and then roll forwards again. Inhale, drawing the hips down, melt your heart forwards. Exhale, hips to heels, roll all the way back. We'll do that a few rounds. You can move at your own pace, at your own breath count. Breathe in, reaching through heart space. Breathing out, rolling hips back to heels, active childs. Let's go for one more round. Breathing in, rolling forward, starting to feel that lovely opening through the front line of your body. And then exhale, roll your hips back towards your heels. Keep reaching the arms out in front of you. Now lift your gaze and glide forwards, coming into a plank position. Push away from the ground through your hands. Bend your elbows, chaturanga, nice and slowly. Upward facing dog, drawing your chest forwards, breathing in. Downward facing dog, nice and slowly. Roll your hips back. With that out breath, lift your heels off the ground, tipping forwards, coming into a plank position. Inhale. Once again, chaturanga, slowly exhale. Upward facing on the in-breath, peel the shoulders back, chest forwards. Downward facing dog on your out breath. One more time, lift your heels off the ground, ripple forwards, plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog, reach through the center of your heart space. Down dog as you exhale, roll it all the way back. Now take a full breath in and then open the mouth to sigh as you release. With that out breath, step your right foot outside of your right hand, coming into a lizard lunge. Send your right arm forwards and then all the way up, reaching that right arm behind you. Breathe in. Exhale, long pyramid variation, bow over your right leg. If you need to bend into the right knee a little bit, that's fine. Right knee bends, inhale. Exhale, step that right foot back in a downward facing dog. Breathing in to ripple forwards, plank position, belly to spine. Cruise through your flow, slowly with awareness and control. Upward facing dog. Rolling your hips back in your downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot outside of your left hand, lizard lunge. Breathe in, drawing your hips down. Sending your left arm forwards and then all the way up and reaching for the back. Exhale, wave over your left leg, long pyramid, driving that back heel as close to the ground as you can. Left knee bends, finding your lunge, stepping both feet back in a downward facing dog. Let's find our flow, ripple forwards, plank position. Bend your elbows, chaturanga. Upward facing, feel the energy across the heart space. Downward facing dog on your out breath. Let's begin to send the right leg into the sky now. Find a three-legged dog. Bend into the knee as you open up your hip. Take a breath in. With your out breath, step your right foot in front of you, coming into a low lunge. Draw your chest forwards in between the gates of your shoulders. And then send that right arm forwards. Once again, we circle the arm up and all the way back. Breathe in. Exhale, long pyramid. Breathe out. Bow over your right thigh. Option to flex into the right foot for a deeper stretch. Take a moment. Bend into your right knee, reverse your warrior, slowly open it up as you reach into your right fingers. Take a full breath. And then make your way into Trikonasana, triangle pose, reaching into your left fingers, creating that space from the inside out. Take another full breath. Bend into your right knee, reverse your warrior, this time with the bind. Left hand weaves forwards to find the inner thigh or your lower spine. Keep your right knee bent. Take a breath in. And then make your way into a wide-legged fold. Right hand reaches for your left ankle. See if you can gently draw your chest closer towards your left leg. Take a full breath in as you feel into that deep opening through your hips. Release your bind, face the back of your space, low lunge. Step your left foot to meet your right foot, downward facing dog. Still facing the back of your space here, tip forwards, plank pose, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing on your in-breath, downward facing dog on your out-breath. Sending your right leg into the sky, find a three-legged dog, bend into your knee as you open up your hip. And then flip your dog, find a wild thing. Right toes meet the mat, reach your chest to the sky. Take a moment to linger. You're welcome to lean your head into the right hand. Wherever you are, hold and breathe. Slowly coming out of it. Right hand meets the floor, still facing the back of your space here. Find a fallen star shape. Kicking your right leg through, reach up into your left arm. Take a full breath in. And then with that exhale, left hand meets the floor, find a three-legged dog, send the right leg back. Step your right foot in between your hands, reverse your warrior, open it up slowly, reach into your fingers, breathe in. Triangle pose, breathe out. Keeping your legs straight, ground your feet into the earth. Find your breath. Bend into the right knee, reverse your warrior, find a bind, left hand weaves forwards to find your inner right thigh. It's a wide-legged fold, staying in that bind, right hand meets your left ankle, melting your chest closer towards your left leg. Take one more breath. And then release your bind, face the front of your mat, low lunge, left foot, breathe in. Exhale, baby Hanuman. Drop your right shin bone down to the floor. Lengthen upwards through the spine. And then it's a baby pyramid pose. Bow over your left leg. Halfway lift, breathe in. Folding forwards as you breathe out. With that exhale, drop the right knee back down to the floor. Glide your hands behind you and lift up through your chest and hips, driving the palms into the earth. Feel into that opening through the front line of your body. One more breath. Gently lower your hips back down, coming back into your baby pyramid. Bow over your left leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Shifting the weight onto the left foot, half moon, left fingers to floor, reach your right arm into the sky. Option to find a bind here, Chapasana. If you're going there, you can reach for the right foot with your right hand. If you do have this bind, kick into your hand and explore that deep opening through the left hamstring and your right hip flexors. Taking one more breath. Wherever you are, slowly release. Right foot meets the floor behind you. Reverse your warrior. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Three-legged dog, send your left leg into the sky. Open up your hip, bend your knee. Flip dog, wild thing. Take your time as you transition. Option to lean your head into the left hand, drawing your heart space to the sky. Take one more breath. Land your hips down to the ground, so hips lower to the floor, sweep your left hand behind you, stargazer, reach into the chest and the hips, full breath in. Exhale, lowering the hips to the floor, both hands to the front of your space, plank position. Find your flow now. Chaturanga to upward facing dog, take a breath in. Downward facing dog as you exhale, rolling your hips all the way back. Inhale, send your left leg tall, find a three-legged dog, open up your hip as you bend your knee, breathing in. Breathing out, stepping your left foot forwards, low lunge, drive your chest forwards in between the gates of your shoulders. And then send that left arm forward, circling it all the way up and back. Exhale, long pyramid pose, bow over your left leg. Option to flex into the left foot. Try to drive the back heel as close to the floor as you can. Bend into that left knee. Open it up in a reverse warrior, reaching into your left fingers, creating that space. Breathe in, stay connected to your breath. Triangle pose, breathe out. Trikonasana. Reach into your right fingers and see if you can tuck your tailbone. Bend into your left knee. Reverse your warrior, this time with a bind. Right hand weaves forwards to find the inner thigh or the lower spine. Breathe in. And then staying in that bind, Prasarita, wide-legged fold, left hand reaches for your right ankle. So if this feels awkward and tight, just bend your knees a bit. Draw your chest closer towards your right leg. And then slowly release as you face the back of your space, low lunge. Step both feet back in a downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your heels, tip forwards, plank pose. Breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Upward facing dog. Draw your chest forwards. Downward facing dog. On your exhale as you roll back. Breathe in, send your left leg into the sky. Bend generously into the knee, flip your dog. Finding your wild thing shape, drive that right palm into the sky. Option to lean your head into the left hand for a deeper opening. Explore wherever you're at. As we come out of it, take your time. Left hand meets the floor, fallen star. Left foot over to the right side of your space. Drive that left foot into the earth, reach into your right fingers. Breathe in. Breathing out. Right hand meets the ground, left leg in the sky, three-legged dog. We're still facing the back of our space here. Step your left foot in between your hands. Reverse your warrior. Take a moment, ground your energy, reach into your left fingers. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Sensing the familiarity of the movement, the opening physically, energetically. Bend into your left knee, reverse your warrior, finding that binded option, right hand to find the inner left thigh or the lower spine. Breathe in. Breathing out, wide-legged fold. Left hand reaches for your right ankle. Draw your chest closer towards your right leg and take a full breath. Relax the face. Release your bind as you face the front of your mat, low lunge, breathe in. Exhale, left knee drops down to the floor. Inhale, lengthen upwards through your spine, relax the shoulders. Meet in a baby pyramid pose, bowing over your right leg. Halfway lift on the in-breath, folding forwards on your out-breath. Lift your gaze and drop that left knee back down to the earth. Glide your hands behind you, press the palms into the floor, lift your chest, lift your hips upwards. Find a moment of an opening here, exploring this moment. Gently drop your hips back down, baby pyramid, bowing over your front leg. Halfway lift, breathe in. Folding forwards, breathe out. And with your next cycle of breath, shift onto the right foot, send your left leg back, half moon. Option to find a bind. If you took it on the first side, go for it. Grab onto the left foot with the left hand. If you are there, kick into the hand. You're welcome to keep your fingertips on the floor or maybe hovering off the earth, your choice. Take another breath. And then wherever you are, left foot lands to the floor behind you. Reverse your warrior. Slowly reach into your right fingers. Keep that right knee generously bent. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Meeting in a three-legged dog, send your right leg into the sky. Bend into the knee, open up your hip. It's a wild thing shape. Driving the left palm into the floor. Option to lean your head into the right hand. Take one more breath. Slowly lower your hips to the floor, sweeping your right hand behind you, stargazer. Push into that hand and lift your hips, reach into your chest. Breathe in. Breathing out, lower your hips to the floor, both hands to the front of your space, plank position. Push away from the floor through your hands here, and then find a really slow vinyasa, chaturanga, to upward facing dog on the in-breath, downward facing dog on your out-breath. With that exhale, lift your heels off the floor, sink your knees down to the ground, coming into a tabletop shape. Cow pose, arch your spine, lift your chest. Exhale, contract as you round inwards, cat spine. Cow, inhale, drawing your chest forwards. Micro bend your elbows as you hover your chest off the floor. Finding a little worm-like action, you're gonna draw your hips down first and then ripple your heart forwards and up. Take a breath. Exhale, glide your hips back to your heels. Child's pose. Rest your forehead to the ground, elbows to the earth. Close your eyes and feel everything soften and settle. Let the breath slow down a little bit and feel into the movement of breath, the movement of energy that you've created through this simple practice. Sometimes that's all we need to shift our state. With your next breath cycle, lift your gaze and glide your hands towards you. Place your hands on your hips, come up onto your knees, tuck your toes, firm your bum. Let's explore one round of Ustrasana Camel. So you can either keep your hands on the lower spine. You're welcome to gently draw your hands towards your heels for a deeper opening. Just explore wherever you're at in your body today. If you've never done this before, I do recommend placing the hands on the lower spine and just exploring what that feels like today. Let's take one more breath. And then very slowly draw your hips back towards your heels, untuck your toes, and glide your hips over to the right side. Finding a cross-legged seat, place your left foot in front of your right foot, sitting up tall. Reach up into the arms, breathe in. Twist to the left as you breathe out. Left fingers behind you, peel that left shoulder back. Feel the energy land and settle. And then gently unwind and change the cross of your legs. Inhale, reach the arms upwards. Exhale, twist in the other direction. Left hand to thigh, peeling your right shoulder back. Try to really lengthen through your twist. Feel into a sense of space, of connection. Unravel to face the front of your space. And then reach both of your arms into the sky. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands together at heart space in prayer, sealing in the practice with a moment of connection and grounding, and maybe a simple appreciation for your body. Let's take a final breath to seal that in. Breathe in through the nose. And just let it go through the mouth. Softening into the shoulders and softening in towards yourself. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me today and staying all the way till the end of the practice. Well done. Let me know how that went for you. Let me know how you're feeling in your body right now after this. And yeah, if you are interested in deepening your practice with me, Tana Studio is there for you. There's a 7-day free trial, as I mentioned before, and there's 3 new practices every single week. And that is quite a nice variety of practices. So funky flows, honey flows, Pilates workouts, lots of Pilates yoga fusions in there, even some workouts with weights that we're incorporating more, meditations, breath work, all the good stuff. So that's there for you. Otherwise, guys, have a beautiful day and I will see you soon.